Dan Tortora of Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. And of course, everything on wakeupcalldt.com. We're here with Katie Kolinski of the Syracuse Orange team. Got to spend a lot of time with this team, 7 years with the team. Happy to finally have you here on the show. So, Katie, first and foremost, bring me back to the beginning and the original opportunity to work with the team.
Yeah, so when I went to high school at West Virginia, so I'm from around here, and I grew up loving Syracuse basketball. And I knew probably in middle school I wanted to become a basketball coach, and I realized Syracuse had a physical education program, so I was like, well, that's perfect. I go to school there, maybe get involved with the basketball team. And before I got on campus, I texted the head manager, hey, I really want to get involved with the team. I'll do anything. I don't care what it is. I just want to help coach win another championship. So I got in contact. I had a month tryout. And the month tryout, I was so nervous. I was a little starstruck at first.
Kind of, some people are negative, some people are positive, but there's that, I thought you were going to be here. But when you went through this whole kind of, show us what you got type of thing, like you said, this big preview of what are they getting if they get you. What was that like to have to impress the team, so to speak?
Yeah, I just wanted to be available every day. So if Chris Joseph, my freshman year, wanted to come at the gym at 10 p.m. and get shots up, then I would just come and rebound for him. Anything they needed, I just wanted to do it. So I was at practice every day. I was always after practice if they wanted to get shots up. I could just rebound for them, help the coaches, whatever the coaches needed. And I just wanted them to know, she's here to work. And, the biggest thing for me is I just want to help the team win. So anything I have to do to help the team win, I'm going to do it. And it ended up being one of the best experiences of my life.
What made you want to connect with basketball first and foremost and with Syracuse? I know you said West Jenny, but what really made basketball the thing you wanted to do? And on top of that, to work with, Coach Boeheim and the team?
I think growing up, I just wanted to help other people, and I realized I just love basketball. I grew up watching Kobe Bryant. I was a huge fan of Pat Summitt growing up, and then I watched Syracuse basketball growing up. And just seeing the success of the team made me want to see if I could help out anyway. And I used to go to the Garden games and watch G-Mac play. So just seeing that, and then being able to work with them, it's definitely a great experience. Coach Boeheim's a Hall of Famer. You can't get better experience than here. Especially with all the assistants and what they've been through. So just knowing the history of the team and knowing that I just wanted to help out, I just thought it'd be a good experience for me, just to learn. And every day I got to come in here and learn basketball. So it was great. It was a great experience for sure.
7 years, that first season, you had Deion Waiters. Bring me into that season and kind of, baptism by fire, so to speak. What was that first season like?
My first season, I was still a little starstruck with everything, growing up watching the team. Everyone's realizing, every day I came in here, Deion Waiters is right there. Deion's freshman year, I was a senior in high school, and I loved the team. I loved everything about it. I loved the way, he came in the team, and he just, he took over. And just seeing him for the first time, knowing how, I was a huge fan at that time, it was just a crazy experience. Especially, too, seeing Coach every day, I saw him on TV growing up, so then being here and, actually seeing, and then I feel I realized, too, how much they actually work here. It's strictly work, and you don't realize that when you're outside looking in, but, just the way they approach every single day, I learned from my freshman year, every day you come in here, you're going to work, and, you're going to get better. So I was a little starstruck, I definitely was. But then after you get over that moment, the first, month or so, then it's okay, they're just normal people like me, so.
And when you're behind the scenes, some people say the magic goes away because you see the nitty-gritty and you see everything about it. Did the magic ever go away?
No. It's just, I just, my biggest thing was, being here was just realizing, even for Coach, it didn't matter if you're on his game was a streak, if, we were the last team in, whatever, he came to work every day as the same approach, he didn't care if they were losing, what was going on, he just cared that every day they came in with the same focus, hey, we're going to get better today, and hey, the next game's going to be different. I think the biggest, thing even, this season was, even when, we started out the ACC with 1-4, and even through, the 1-4 start, we never felt we're out of there or whatever, or, even after, the Duke loss, we didn't feel what are we going to do now? Coach came in with that same approach, we're on to the next game, and everything, everything's going to work yourself out. You know, you just gotta have that belief and work. So that's what I learned from him. Like, you never know what can happen, so you have to keep working every single day because it's a long season, you know, and things can change in an instant, as like everyone saw this year. So
yeah, and when we look at, you know, you in the last 7 years, you've gotten to see some pretty amazing moments. You got to see 2013 and the team make it to the Final Four and beat Atlanta, Georgia. And that was an interesting year because Wichita State was there, Louisville was there, Michigan. And now with the NCAA, the games never existed, allegedly.
Right.
And then we look at 2016 and the run that started in St. Louis to Chicago and on to Houston, with Syracuse making it as a 10 seed. And then, you know, this time around the Sweet 16. You have not just been a part of this team, you've been a part of some of the, in my opinion, most fun that they've had in their history. I mean, what can you say to that?
no, it even started too when I first traveled on with the team my junior year. My first away trip was Maui.
Yeah.
So we go into Maui, we win the Maui, you know, classic, whatever, and it just from there on, everything was just fun, you know. Obviously winning makes everything better, and like it kind of goes back to what I talked about. Like we never felt like any season we were out. Like even the year we went to the Final Four with MCW and we played Michigan, like I think there was a period during the season where like we might have lost like 4 or 5 in a row, and you know, and everyone thinks like, oh, what's going on? And next thing you know, we're at the Final Four. So it's just runs like that. But I feel like, you know, even though other people might lose faith in the team or whatever, no matter what, we always kept faith. Like even this year, you know, on Selection Sunday, we had a feeling going into like, you know, this could be our day. And I think once you approach it like that, you know, it's like if the players got negative, whatever, we probably would have been to the Final Four. So you know, just seeing Coach keeping everyone at even keel all season long, no matter what. And it's just fun. Like when you win, it's fun. When you get to experience the Sweet 16, it's fun. Like this season was the best like experiences of my life. We got to play 3 games in 5 days. You know, we were at city to city. We'd get to the next city at 4 in the morning. We're right back at practice, and you know, like that'll be stuff I'll never forget. You know, Maui, I'll never forget going to Maui. It's just it's unforgettable. And you know, just being around people that are so amazing makes it even more. So.
What, and when you say that this season is going to be the most memorable one, what about this season?
Yeah, I think it was just the fact that in the beginning of the season, like everyone had counted us out from the beginning. You know, we lose a player, and then we lose another player, and we have injuries, and we have 6 guys that can play. And, you know, from the beginning, everyone was like, like I saw, you know, I read everything. I see the predictions. I see what everyone said about us. And the fact that this group came in every day, no matter what, and just kept getting better, like I feel like I'll never forget that because you know, it's just a good lesson on life. And you know, just getting to go to the Sweet 16, like it was fun, and I'll never forget that.
And I can feel good about the fact that whatever you read or listened to or saw, none of that was me.
Okay.
So.
See, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, and I find it interesting, and I want to bring up that point, is that I've been called, and it's kind of weird, but I've been called, you know, one of the few positive voices on your group. And I didn't set out to do that. You know, I was raised by my parents and my grandparents to be a good kid and tell the truth. And if you're going to criticize something, remember that there's people connected to it. You know, and you've had to deal with, you know, seeing that from the inside out, that, you know, there's always people, there's always talking heads. But I like to look at these guys and say, win, lose, or draw, these are kids. People forget that half of their collegiate career, if they stay, they're teenagers. And it's very difficult to do what they do, and to see what they see and hear what they hear. They impressed me this year and went beyond. I had them going to the game against Michigan State. They got past that game. But I just find it funny that if you're positive sometimes in this city, it's you're a homer or you're not thinking clearly. But in all actuality, you know, in 2016 I saw something, we talked about that, and the team did what they did. I mean, this Syracuse team seems to excel on being counted out, and you've gotten to see some of those phenomenal teams that have been told you're not going anywhere fast, and they've said thanks for the tip, we're not going to take it.
I think at the end of the day, like everyone's always gonna have their opinion on things. You know, but you don't have to listen to it. You don't have to listen to it. So I think like that's why it goes back to Coach Boeheim and the job he does, because he just, you know, he tunes everything out, and he's like, all right, today we're going to work. Tomorrow we're going to work. You know, and just seeing that, like it doesn't matter what people say. Everyone's gonna say whatever. But as long as like the team stays together, which I thought they did all year. I thought everyone stayed together. You know, like I can't give this team enough credit. And, like that's another reason like I'll never forget this team, because they just like the way they worked all year was just so fun to see. You know, like they really came together as one, and even if you lost a game or whatever, they were right back to work the next day. So I feel like the team never felt like they were out. You you know, and that's all that really matters, you know. Obviously, people are going to say what they want to say, but, you know, that's just how the business goes, kind of.
And they've always been fans shade to that respect. I think that what I saw this season is, I think when fans ask and they want to know kind of the team, some people are negative or whatever, positive. The one thing that kept coming back to me was I never once heard and with Caleb all the time, with TJ and Matt Moyer. I mean, I don't know if I never saw this team who was more pro than another player on the team. Matt was, and I thought that was in 37 games there was never. I could have been there trying to handle that, knowing that, I really wish O'Shea had done that over to the NBA. So they're saying, Pascal. They never blamed each other. They never talked badly about each other. They always were a brotherhood. And I mean, call me crazy. You got to see this better than anybody else. Did they ever have a moment where it was, you better fix this? Because it didn't seem like that.
No, they. I feel like what kind of went uncredited all year too was like Frank's leadership this year. Frank and Tyus, for the most part, is like if we made a bad play or whatever, they were like right over there to the person, like on hand on the back, whatever, like, all right, we're gonna make the next play. We're gonna make the next play. Like, I feel like everyone kind of knows, like, once you have leadership like that, all right, it's okay. Like, we're gonna go on to the next play. And coach is really big on the next play too. Like, hey, don't worry about it. Like, you might mess up the next play. And I think Frank did a really good job of that this year. Just like, next play, Pascal, we're good. Let's get to the next one. And I think just having them together, and then when you have someone like O'Shea, who's a leader in his own right, and through his work ethic, how he goes down with the injury, and he's still the biggest fan of everyone on the team. And like, I just think stuff like that, doesn't go unnoticed. And like, I just feel like everyone just came together, and we came together at the right time. And they were close from the beginning. And I think once you have a team that's actually close on and off the court, I think that's when you'll be successful.
On your Twitter account, I think it's you sitting next to Brahma.
Yeah.
Why'd you choose Brahma?
Well, just the way it worked was we normally have, the coaches kind of changed it up this year. They had the three coaches sat next to each other, and then normally you have like a player and then me, and it just happened that Brahma was my guy. But I wouldn't have had it any other way because he's so fun to watch the game with, and his IQ of the game, and he'll be like, did you see that game? You saw that? And like, he'll be telling me what's going on out there. So having someone like him who knows the game, obviously he wanted to be out there, but he was just as engaged in the game as anyone else was. So I think that's what it goes back to, is the focus of everyone. Like, he might not have been in the game, but he was still in the game through like watching and his mind. So it was fun. Brahma was fun to sit next to.
And you see with this team, like you brought up, injuries and everything that happened. Brahma not being able to be at 100%, Pascal coming off of eye surgery. You look at how O'Shea had gone down in one of the games, how Tyus went down on his hip. And, on top of all that, we're seeing Frank get taped up. We're, Howard Washington Jr., he ends up going out. Matt Moyer with his ankle. I mean, everybody felt it this year, which I'm sure being on a staff is pretty much an interesting situation.
Well, I think, that goes back to, like, Brad Pike. He is wonderful when he does, making sure everyone's ready to go. Brian Camillus, our strength coach, he knows how to, like, kind of put everything together. And then it goes back to Coach Boeheim, because he knew, like, at practice what we couldn't do, like maybe wouldn't go practice as long or, whatever. So Coach is just a mastermind when it comes to that stuff. Coach knows his team. He knows how he can approach every season. And it just goes back to Coach and our staff and our assistant coaches. They all know how to, like, deal with stuff like that. So.
How did, when you look at this and you look at your 7 years with this team, what are the biggest things that you've taken away? Because I want to get into Coach Boeheim a little bit deeper in a second, but when I ask you what kind of lingers on your mind the most, what are some of them?
The biggest thing is, like, when they say they're a family here, they're a family. Like, I know, they're going to have me for life and whatever I end up doing, and I know they're going to work out for me. And it was funny because we had, Coach has his fantasy camp every year, and he has a lot of players come back and work it. And the crazy part about that was there was people from, like, all these years of coaching that came back, and I don't know how many schools can actually say, like, wow, we had, like, someone from, like, the last, like, 40 years, and each decade, like, each 10 years or whatever was here. And, like, I think that just shows, like, the culture coaches made here is, like, hey, like, all my players, I got you guys, we're a family, he has his ex-players on staff, and it just shows, like, the type of people that are here. And I feel like how they, from day one, they kind of accepted me with open arms, like, Katie, whatever you need, we're here to help you too. So I feel like they're very good at really just being me. And so that's what I kind of take away from it. It's just the genuineness of it and the family aspect. And I know at the end of the day, even though it's my last year, if I make a phone call in a year from now to coach or anything, they're going to answer it and help me out. So they really mean what they say. And, the players, it was awesome. Every guy here, I still have a relationship with. I can text any of them. They'll text me. We'll catch up. Some of my best friends around the team, from Vikita to Tyler Roberson. I talk to them on the regular. Tyler Ennis, James Sutherland, all those guys, and just having that for the rest of my life. I'll never forget the relationship part. So, just the memories I made with those guys, and realizing the work they put in, and what it takes to really be successful. That's what I definitely can take away.
You bring up just what you could say about, because he's been on the show a lot, and he's a fun personality,
yeah.
and he gets emotional. He gets when he's on the phone and we're talking, you feel that energy.
The energy.
From him. What can you say about Bai and your relationship?
He just from my freshman year, he was just always there for me. I think he saw that work I was trying to put in, and I think it was kind of that mutual respect for each other. And he's the type of person he'll say hi to everybody on campus, to anybody. Just seeing him and seeing his energy is just incredible. And then I might actually see him this weekend too. I'm excited. I think they're coming up here for Easter.
Yeah.
And he's the same old guy he's always been, from when he played to not, and anything anyone ever needs, he's the first person to help. And he's just such a good person. And then he was always the anchor to our defense too. So I've never seen someone move as well in the zone as he does. So he kind of just his work in general. I love Vikita. That's my guy.
And then you also mentioned Tyler Roberson
Yeah.
as one of the first couple. Tyler always, the entire time of talking with him on the way into Syracuse and then all the way through Syracuse, I always saw somebody who was quiet. He was kind of I call him the turtle in the shell. He kind of be in there and then pop his head out and whatnot. But we knew that he could be a good player. You knew that he could rebound. You knew that he could score. Boeheim is a certain way in a post-game press conference. Some guys like Rock and Trevor are going to handle it a certain way. Tyler kind of goes a little bit quiet, goes to himself. I don't feel like he got the respect that he deserved, and I don't feel like people got to really get to know him as a person. But I like that you brought him up, because I really honestly feel like, at least in my time around the team, that Tyler was always a good guy to me.
Yeah, that was, it's funny too, because that was just his personality. He's a quiet guy. He doesn't really care about the spotlight or anything. He just wanted to play and win games.
Yeah.
And his freshman year, I met him the first week he was on campus, and he barely talked. He didn't say anything, very to himself. And to see him from his freshman year to his senior year was the most incredible thing for me. He'll start texting me first, and I'm like, hey Katie, what's good, And just seeing that, that's where I say sometimes it's bigger than basketball, because he just grew so much in his time here, and just to see his comfort level from freshman to senior year, and that stuff he'll never forget. And my relationship with him was, I just try to be there for him no matter what.
Yeah.
And he's an incredible kid person, and at the end of the day, he just likes to win, and he just wants to play as hard as he can. So he's one of those kids. He's very it's just it's hard to get a read on someone who doesn't talk a lot.
Yeah.
So once you don't talk a lot, it's kind of people don't understand it, but at the end of the day, he was just Tyler.
Yeah.
So.
And you look at some of the other people that you've had, there's been the PJ Johnsons and the Caleb Josephs, and now the Matt Moyers. There's guys that come and they're here for a bit, and then they head out. What can you say to that respect, kind of watching that? Because it's hard. I think for the fan base, there's this kind of, some people are negative, some people are positive, but there's that, I thought you were going to be here. But you're with these guys every day. You're with Caleb all the time. You're with BJ and Matt Moyer. I don't know if I've met a kid who is more pro-Syracuse than Matt was every day.
Yeah.
So, how do you kind of handle that, knowing that, it's not that they're going to the NBA?
Everyone's going to do what's best for them. And, certain things might just not work out, or whatever the reason may be, for the family or whatever. At the end of the day, I respect everyone for their decisions. Like Caleb, we actually just played in Omaha, so Caleb had hit me up hey, you're in town, I better be seeing you, those are relationships you're always going to have, Caleb's such a good guy, and I was always a fan of Caleb Joseph, so, I got to Omaha, I got to see him, we were right in the same area of but his homeschool now. So
Great,
yeah, you just gotta realize that sometimes things just don't work out, and it's not anyone's fault. And you just like at the end of the day, I still have my relationship, my friendships, whatever. So I don't really look into any like that stuff. Matt will be my friend for life. That's my guy. So at the end of the day, you gotta do what's best for your family.
I want to do something called rapid fire, and it's something I instituted here on the show a while back, a few years ago. And I'm just going to ask you a bunch of questions. Some are going to be basketball, some aren't. But I want to get your first answer. Are you ready to play?
Yeah.
All right. Funniest person on the team in your 7 years. Wake up College and Tortora, Katie, as always. Thank you for
like James
for being one of the unsung heroes. Hopefully we got to sing about it a little bit today.
His personality is just
Thank you.
hilarious. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to go Jeremy Grant.
Jeremy Grant.
Yeah.
Okay. I know Jeremy
Grant is
Grant's a character.
hilarious. He is just a character. Him and Mike Benedict together, hilarious.
Okay. Let me see here. Biggest prankster on the team.
Mike Benedict.
Mike Benedict. Okay. Best prank you ever pulled.
I don't know. He would just do some different stuff. There's probably so many.
Best Jim Boeheim impression by a player.
I would say a lot of the players have good impressions.
Okay. Let me think here. Quietest player, is it Tyler Roberson?
I'd have to say Tyler Roberson.
Loudest player.
Loudest. Oh, none of our guys were that loud. Probably Braden.
Braden, okay. Braden Bear. Best three-point shooter in your opinion?
He wasn't on the team. Jerry Mack every time.
Jerry Mack, okay.
Every time. He'll shoot on the gun 90% still. I gotta go with my guy Jerry. If not, probably like Trevor. We have so many though. You got James, Trevor.
I know.
There's too many.
Think here. Favorite Boeheim moment in your time?
Probably the away Duke game after the CJ charge.
Okay. So him running out. What was going through your mind when the jacket flew off and he went on the court?
You know what? I respected it because I thought it was a terrible call.
Now, when you go back and you look at the pictures, have you seen Mike Hopkins' face?
I haven't.
Because Mike has this, he has this face of like, oh my God, he's losing it. Favorite Mike Hopkins moment while he was here?
Oh, sheesh. He was a character in his own right. Like,
Yes,
it's
he is.
just his energy. I feel like his everyday energy will never be matched. Like, it's just a different type of energy.
Okay. I think here. Favorite women's basketball player ever at Syracuse?
Oh, I'm gonna go with my girl, Brittany Sykes.
Brittany Sykes, okay. All right.
Kayla Alexander doesn't get mad at me. That's my girl too.
Favorite Coach Q garb? Like, do you have a favorite Coach Q ensemble?
I don't know. He looks fly every game, so I
Okay,
guess.
fair enough. Favorites, let me see here. Favorite Jim Boeheim press conference moment? Do you have a moment that ever sticks out for you for that?
Not in my time here, but one of my favorites is the GMAC one when after the Big East.
Okay.
When they called him overrated. I thought that was great.
Yeah, so the overrated Jim
Yeah, the overrated. That was classic. He has so many classic ones though, but that was definitely my favorite.
Favorite game that you've been on the staff for?
Favorite game.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many you can call. Like I like the home Duke game last year on the buzzer beater. There's so many. The Virginia game. In the Elite Eight. There's just so many.
Favorite city that you got to travel to as part of the staff?
Maui.
Maui, okay. That's a tough one to beat.
Yeah, it was.
Favorite NCAA tournament setting that you got to go to?
Probably. There's so many we went to. We had the Buffalo year. We had so many. We went to DC, Boston, probably Chicago.
Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Now we're going to get off the court completely. Go on. Favorite, see that's what happens when you're inside a...
Yeah.
Favorite food of all time?
My favorite food of all time?
Yeah.
I'm a picky eater, so it probably like steak, mashed
Steak.
potatoes and fries.
Okay, steak, mashed potato, fries. Fair enough. Favorite movie of all time?
The Proposal.
The Proposal. Okay, why that one?
I'm a huge Sandra Bullock fan
Okay.
and Ryan Reynolds, so those two together was like a match made in heaven for me.
That was perfect. So you want a sequel?
Yes.
You like to see that?
Yes. I
All
wanted
right.
them to get married off too, but they didn't.
So, okay, let's see what we got here. Favorite superhero?
Favorite superhero? You know what? I don't have one.
You don't have one?
Yeah, I was never really into superheroes.
Okay, favorite TV show?
Either One Tree Hill or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Favorite actress would be Sandra.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Favorite actor?
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, okay.
Yeah.
Favorite comedian of all time?
Favorite comedian? I was never really into the comedians either.
No?
No. Probably Kevin Hart. He's funny.
Kevin Hart? Okay, fair enough. Favorite thing to do in Syracuse?
Probably go to some of like the waterfall spots.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of outside Syracuse, but it's kind of.
It's there, it's upstate
Yeah,
New
or
York.
the mall.
Or the mall. Okay. If you had to put one song on repeat for the next year, what would it be?
Oh, it's tough. Anything Meek Mill.
Anything Meek Mill?
Meek Mill or Kodak, either or.
I'm a Drake fan, so
Okay.
that works out.
Yeah.
I call him Weak Mill, so I don't know how
Okay.
that's gonna work. But he's pretty. He has his moments.
Yeah.
Let me think here. Let me think what else we can go in. Okay, this is a three-parter. You can go anywhere in the world. Where do you go? You could take one person you know and one celebrity. So you give me those three parts.
Oh wow. Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere there's a beach. I'm big into like the beach vacation.
Okay, so beach.
So, you know, like the Hawaii's, wherever, Bora Bora, anything like that. Who am I taking? Somebody I know.
Yep.
I'm probably gonna take my dad because he deserves a vacation.
Okay.
So he's number one on my list. And then a celebrity, I'm probably gonna take like Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Yeah, I have some student loans, so maybe it'll help me pay them off.
Maybe it can help you with that.
It'll help me with that.
If I looked on your phone right now, what would be your top three most used apps?
Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat.
In that order?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. The new Snapchat, some people like it, some people are you good with it?
I don't check as many stories as I used to, but I still snap a lot.
Okay, you still snap.
Yes.
Have you ever sent anything over Snapchat that you regretted?
No. No.
Fair enough.
No.
We dig here. Favorite person to follow on Twitter?
Anything motivational. I like to just have anything that can motivate me for the day. I'm trying to think, is there anyone I really follow that's pretty motivational that I can think of on top of my head? I don't know. I don't even know who I retweet a lot.
Okay. If you could switch places with anybody while you were in Syracuse in the last 7 years, who would you switch places with and why?
Definitely not coach because his job is extremely hard. So I give him respect for that. Switch. It could be a player. Or
Could be anybody.
Anybody has to. That's a tough one. Probably Tyler Ennis.
Tyler Ennis.
Yeah, he just being able to just control the team, play that much of a freshman, and be as cool, calm, and collective as he was. I feel like it'd be fun. But then, like, it was probably a lot of pressure too.
Yeah, so Tyler Ennis.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. If you had a mission statement and it was Katie Kolinski is, what would you fill that blank in with?
Give me like an example.
I could say, you know, Dan Tortora is humble, hardworking, comedic, and passionate.
Okay. I don't know. I don't really like talking about myself. You had to ask someone else.
Ask somebody else.
Yeah, I don't really.
Okay, fair enough. Let me see what else we got. If you had a quote that hung over your head, we'll go with this one. And you wanted it was an like you said you liked inspirational stuff. We got an inspirational quote that's hanging over your head. Everywhere you walk, people can see it. What would it say?
I have a couple. I would say good things happen to good people. If you always do right, you'll never be wrong. And wake up every day with love in your heart. Those three things, and I'm good for life.
Fair enough. And just a few more here. I want to look at one here. It's kind of it's going off of that, but you said good things happen to good people. Dream job for you.
Dream job. When it's all said and done, probably like a head coach at maybe even on the well, you know, I like to dream big, so I would say like a head coach at like a Power 5 school, men's or women's. UConn women's basketball. Actually, my dream job growing up was to be the head basketball coach at Syracuse. never know.
Okay. Coach Q, you're on alert right now for that.
No, Coach Q, he's incredible. He turned around the program because, like I said, I'm from here. So the years I had before and now is every year you think you're going to the tournament and you have a chance to win that tournament. So I give most respect to him.
Jim Boeheim. People think that they know him because they watch the press conference or they see him on the sideline or they go to a game. He's so much more than that. How would you describe Jim Boeheim?
I would say basketball mastermind, humble. He's just coach. Like he's just an incredible person that knows how to put pieces together. He looks out for other people. He gave me an opportunity and he didn't have to do that. I think it's incredible. I think people don't realize like just to do this long and at that high of a level is incredible. And he every day he approaches it the same way, you know?
Yeah.
It's just coach and it works and I love every minute of it.
4 decades and counting. What makes him relevant? What makes him continue to speak to a group of people and they listen, to recruit and they want to come here? What in your opinion makes him relevant still?
I think it's gotta be the Pilates. Definitely the Pilates. You know, it keeps them moving, keeps them fresh. But nah, he's got teenage, like Buddy's a teenager, you know, Jimmy, they're young. He's got kids that are our age, you know,
Yeah.
and I think, you know, he approaches everything the same way and it's just, at the end of the day, you're gonna come in here and he's a legend, you know, so anything he has to say is through experience and like, it's so easy to listen to him because you know, like, he knows what he's talking about and he's been through so much, so I think the fact he's just a legend, so it's hard, like, he's the same person he was, you know,
Yeah.
and he knows how to coach every team differently, so he is master.
2 final, 2-3 zone. Everybody wants to talk about how the 2-3 zone is a 2-3 zone, but there's nuances to it. The 2-3 can feel like a 3-2. It has the man-to-man piece. There's different pieces in it. It's not just a 2-3 zone, because a 2-3 zone, as I was taught as a kid, is you play that against teams who are really good inside, who can't shoot well outside. So you play that, so then people always say when a team is shooting well on the outside, where are the adjustments? Yet this 2-3 zone, this season for the team, played its best basketball in the last 4 games, got out the shooters, do what they needed to do. So in your opinion, what is a Jim Boeheim 2-3 zone as opposed to a regular 2-3 zone?
His rotations are a lot different. His bumps are a lot different. And, he changed it up by the year, he changed it up by the game, you know, the way they attack different people, the way they guard different people, and that's what makes him so great. And the way we start the zone in the first half, we go in at halftime, we might be playing it completely different in the second half, you know, depending on what we see out there. So I think he's just been a mastermind in changing it up every year, you know. And I've seen our zone like this year compared to 10 years ago, and it's different. So he's just done a really good job of every year kind of changing it up. So it's definitely different from regular 2-3.
All right, final thing from Katie Kolinski here on Wake Up Call. 3 things on your bucket list.
What's up? I don't really have a bucket list. I never really thought about it. Getting my dream job, traveling the world, you know, hopefully I can see different things, and helping as many people as I can.
That coming from Katie Kolinski, a member of the Syracuse staff for the last 7 seasons. And as she moves forward into her next piece of her story in the next era, the next chapter, we look forward to having her here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. Katie, as always, thank you for what you've done and for being one of the unsung heroes. Hopefully we got to sing about it a little bit today.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.